What's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here with another Marvel's Avengers video today. The Inhuman Condition is today's priority threat sector. And I guess to keep with the theme here, we're still trying to get Spider-Man gear. That's hopefully not just more gloves for him. So we're gonna give it a good old try here. But as you can see, a lot of the exotic gear that I have has turned out to be gloves for some reason, which is, you know, good and all, but it would be nice to see maybe some more emblems, lenses, and maybe even some web shooters, because that seems to be the ones I'm really struggling to collect. But yeah, if we get gloves again, then I think the loot system might be broken, and we might just want to maybe chase gear on other characters. Maybe the priority threat sector is just not good enough for Spider-Man.
Understood, Dr. Pym. Searching the area now.
Oh, that suit looks sick.
I've located captive Inhumans. They're being kept in portable cells. You'll have to break them out.
Trouble up ahead. Don't suppose you'd rather settle this over coffee? Worth a shot.
Let's go over here.
There they are. You'll need to destroy the locking mechanisms to open the cells.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Now it's a party.
The cell is open. There are Inhumans caught in a standoff up ahead. Backup has arrived. Protect those Inhumans. On your HUD.
So they did put out some patches today addressing the raid and a lot of Spider-Man stuff, lots of like campaign bugs and like glitchy textures and stuff like that. So, you know, good things, I guess. But they did say that there's still problems with like the raid and OLT just, you know, crashing on load screens, or, you know, people getting kicked for some reason or another. You know, where it's just, if it becomes so difficult for us to play some of that content, I mean, you're gonna see a drop in not only the player base, but I mean, just like like who is playing any content if it's all kind of a drag. Oh, there it is. That's all I wanted to do. So I mean, if you keep having these continuous problems, I mean, I've like next to no interest in playing the raid, just because it seems like an activity that's not really for me. I don't really have the time to spend several hours running through a raid and finding players that are cooperative enough to do stuff like that. It's very difficult to get 4 people that are end game levels, that are, you know, play the game on a regular basis, have good builds on potentially multiple characters in case, you know, you wanted to run the raid or the OLT multiple times. I mean, that's hard enough just doing it once a week with friends. So, I mean, it's kind of tough to just like, oh, let's load this up with some randos and see how well we do. Pretty rough. So I don't know. I really hope, my hopes for the future with this game is hopefully to get like some really substantial story content and new characters that you can point your friends towards this game and be like, oh my gosh, like not only is the main campaign story really good, but so is this latest DLC, and you know, of course the Wakanda stuff is really cool. But like we haven't really had like a big story thing that's paid off in the way the campaign did. The main storyline of like assembling the Avengers and dealing with all these struggles and conflicts between the characters and between, you know, heroes, and when they fail, you know, how they're held accountable, and you know, how they sort of become outcasts of society when they're not, when they've lost, when they've failed, when they've been deceived. You know, there was a lot of really cool story content there, but it's just kind of weird when you have these kind of weak DLCs where there's like no mocap cutscenes. You know, it's all just like them standing there and reading dialogue. It's like there's no mocap scenes or cool action cutscenes, set pieces, or yeah, and like basically all the set piece levels are gone. I mean, there's just nothing. It's all defend this, attack that.
Must be defeated.
You know, there's not like anything like from the main campaign where there's, you know, destruction around you, you're fighting multiple enemies, you know, you got all the Avengers together working hard, trying to defeat stuff, but now it's just like, just fight off a couple waves of some enemies while you wait for a door to unlock or something. You know, it's very difficult to take a Destiny-like game and weave in a cohesive cinematic story and make it last at least a couple of hours, you know, or more. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Does that mean that this game has a bright future? Does it mean that this game doesn't have a bright future if these things don't happen? Really hard to say at this point, but I feel like this year is do or die for this game. Like, if they don't get some fire content and some good characters out here, then, you know, probably gonna go the way of Anthem. And even if the game does continue, like, who will be playing it? And I'm like one of the big fans here. I love this game, but you know, it can't keep going at the same rate that it's going right now. You can't dump a new character every couple of months with like, you know, just a couple hours of like weak story where nothing crazy is really happening. You know, we need some big comic book event to happen.
AIM has caged a group of Inhumans for experimentation.
And I know it's difficult if they're still doing like the work from home stuff, and the pandemic is showing no signs of, you know, just like ever ending, getting back to normal or better than normal. You know, a new normal or something. So I don't know. It's hard for even me to be hopeful about like what's coming next, especially now that it's like January's almost over and we really don't know what the game's plans are for the year. I really thought we'd see a roadmap before the end of the month, and I guess there's still time, but I doubt they have much that they can talk about or announce. They're probably just trying to ride that success of finally getting the raid out there and of getting Spider-Man out there, but you know, they're hardly releasing new content for Spider-Man because he's locked on one platform, and we're not even seeing a lot of. I thought we would start to see some skins for him on a regular basis, you know, some different outfits and some tie-ins with the MCU, but I mean, it's just been, you know, here's the new character, enjoy, bye. You know, so it's difficult. So right now I'm more excited for other games like Rainbow Six, Extraction, and Elden Ring coming at the end of next month, and whatever else I can get my hands on.
Security system controlled by a separate terminal in the command center.
Because I mean, they've just been replaying events. You know, the priority threat sector thing is nice, but you know, I get burned out on this game after I play. Even if I'm just doing this mission like once a day, every day, like, yeah, it's cool I'm getting exotics, but I mean, it's not interesting content. It's not fun. It's not progressing the story in a meaningful way. It's just kind of fluff to keep us busy. So I may sound like I'm, you know, in a bad mood or complaining here, but I mean, I feel like some of these complaints are rightfully so. I want to see the game do better. But yeah, I'm not hating on the game. Not really. I just want to see good things, and I think there have been good things, but I think, you know, this being a Marvel game coming from the studio that's made some very successful Tomb Raider titles, you know, man, it'd be so great to see something so much better. And if they have to hire additional helpers or like collaborate with more studios to get the expected, the typical, you know, what we expect from a AAA Marvel game, I feel like they're not delivering on that front. You know, it's a little unfair to always point at Marvel's Spider-Man, but I mean, just look at any Marvel game that's come out in recent years and see what their rate of, you know, putting out new storylines, introducing new characters, whether it's mobile games or whether it's sequels to Spider-Man games or whatever it may be. Alright, let's head up here. These last two. My god. Now all the bad guys are gonna be up here.
Security on a cell is down. You can destroy it.
Plan. But yeah, it is starting to look a little hopeless on the player base front. Like, if Wakanda couldn't bring, or for Wakanda and Black Panther couldn't bring like a regular player base to this game where you start to see people getting excited and continuously wondering what's next for this game, and we can't even get that going when you have a big event like this. I mean, don't actually know what you're supposed to do at this point.
The Inhumans have moved
And you have this on Game Pass,
sending them
where
coordinates for evacuation.
it's accessible to a large group of people. For a very low price. Plus, the game's been on sale multiple times, which I think is worth it, you know, if you were to pick it up. I think if it's $40 or $30 or $20, any of the times we've had a price drop, you know, it's been worth it. Okay, we finally got an emblem here.
Every last Inhuman aims holding.
Okay, increased damage reduction and duration of Spire Sense by 3 seconds while Wrecking Ball is active. Defeating enemies while Wrecking Ball is active will extend the duration of the ability by 2.5 seconds. I like that. So that means if I'm doing takedowns, it stops the timer. Then I can add 2.5 seconds to the timer. Keep it going. 15% increase in status, critical chance, and normal damage of web shooter attacks. And then we have, you know, what looks like a pretty good thing there. Alright, so today, you know, not bad at all. You know, I'm glad it wasn't gloves again. Glad we got something useful here. So I think it's actually the same. But here I'd just lose like a little 24%. And I like having the perfect evade activates Tachyon Surge. You know, I like all these other perks that I have on Tachyon's Eye. But we do have chances. I think we should equip this. Even though we're getting a 40% boost to plasma damage. It's like, how often am I really using web shooters? I would rather be doing the cosmic damage from light and heavy combo finishers. Like, what if we do... Let's do this. Web Blast. I don't know. So let's try that. I don't know. That still puts us where, like, range damage is. I don't have anything for shock damage. This seems good. And we could just bookmark that one. This one seems nice. It's just weird that stuff that's like 142 is being beaten out by tachyon gear that's at 140. Like OLT gear is being beat by just random exotic drops. Like very strange. But okay, here's an interesting build. And let's do that to get an additional. And look at this. Like, I am maxed out on stuff. And I'm only playing this game once a week. I'm not even that hardcore. I'm just once. And I've only started playing the game like multiple days a week, you know, just recently. It's like, obviously I could equip this and get like extra defense, maybe. Maybe if I'm running the OLT or something, it might be nice to have like, be able to take more damage. But right now, I want a melee heavy build with a lot of heroic stuff, which I think is good. I think we have a good thing right here. This could work. And we're at champion level 11. Let's see if that. Yeah, we're working on getting 8 so that we can get the charge ray of heroics going crazy. I usually go for stun and status damage next. But it might be nice to boost melee damage or heroic damage for a character like Spider-Man. Well, cool. Gamers, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful or informative, definitely give it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel for more Marvel's Avengers and a wide variety of other content. We do daily uploads and live streams on Thursday, news coverage and such. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single video or live stream. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.